love it, man. That's why we're not carpeting that run. I'm hoping to do that a few more weekends. Take this one right to the next lift part. We didn't set out to build Posh into what it is. It kind of just happened. And as the trails grew, my love grew for the trails, and you just get to a point in your life where you give up everything for it. And if you haven't lost the feeling for it, which I never have, you just stay dedicated, because if you're not dedicated, the trails aren't going to be here. It's not concrete. Every rain, you got to work on them. You got to untarp them almost every session. You know, you got to really want it, because you know it's worth it in the end. You go through so many years, at the end of the year, where you're like, man, every second of my time, where I dug for 3 Saturdays in a row, didn't see a soul, wondering if people were even going to come and ride. And then you go through the year and you have all those sessions. That's what makes it worth it. Try to rebuild that guy. You put the carpet on, you got that chance of getting that same exact lip the next year. Makes it a lot easier. You're not guessing. So in the springtime, when it was time for me to jump them, I had that confidence that, all right, I'm jumping the same lips as last year. And that's another thing I like about the carpet. You can really keep the trails consistent, you know. And with the efforts, we want them to be consistent. We don't want a bad lip in there. That could be trouble. We'll make sure that some of that carpet that Brad got us, we'll cut that up and we'll get that on there.
Yeah, for sure.
The landings, you pull the carpet and it's solid, ready to ride. So it's the only way we can get through the years anymore with such a small trail crew. I'm here at least 3 days a week, 3-4 hours after work. So many hours when nobody's here, so many hours that people don't even know I'm here. And you know, that's what it is, being a trail guy. You're just in the woods by yourself, hours. Some days you wouldn't have it any other way. You don't even want people to show up. It's just your serenity. You're getting your peace of mind out in nature. But it was a good year. It was for the in-town trail crew. It was the smallest crew we ever had to keep 100 jumps going. It ended up being a lot of work. But the sessions that happened this year, sessions that went down, were absolutely amazing. So many people had a lot of fun. Big smiles, a lot of yelling, a lot of just good summertime sessions. So for the few guys that dedicate their whole life to this place and all their spare time, you know, those sessions is what makes it worth it for us, to see the smiles on other people's face, and guys that never been here, guys that haven't been here for 5-6 years, everybody back in the woods together. The guys that do it, they don't do it for the respect. They just end up getting the respect because they're in the woods doing it for themselves and for everybody else. A lot of guys dedicated their life to this place. Sales, Gilly, Marky Hall, those guys, man, they came in and went crazy building down here. And as years go by, of course, you're going to lose guys and gain guys. Here we had Christopher, and he was a big part of these trails for years. And now his little brother rides here.
Middle.
And back in the day, his brother wasn't even old enough to ride a bike when Chris was down here building. So you see the generations come and go, and you know, to have Big Stoff and Little Stoff back in the woods this year, riding the jumps together, that was like things coming full circle. It was so cool to see. Now we got 4 grown men, full-time jobs, all of us, you know, really busy. Somehow we're still able to keep it going. You know, we're all in this for fun. So somebody leaves a trail crew, it's not like you got to not be friends with them anymore. You know, that's just a part of life, man. It's just a matter of keeping the jumps going and happy with the amount of guys that you have and not complain about it. Do it yourself. You got 3 guys, you want 6, well, do the work of 2 people. You know, now with the sticks line up there, the pump track, we're bringing in younger guys, and some of the older guys are coming back, and we're just trying to build the scene back up and get everybody back in the woods having fun, to see the trail crew changed over the years, but the jumps still remain. It's a good feeling that people are still into it. We're sessioning today, motos, the 250s. Been here 15 years, still feels the same. You're not gonna make that better. It just feels so rad. Butcher jump's been standing strong 21 years. It's still the showpiece of the trails, right in the center. So many people loving it, tripping it. Been in so many magazines and photos, but still there. Gotten a little taller over the years, grew up a little bit, a little more manlier, but it's the same jump. For years, you know, we were hiding out down here, you know, it was renegade style. Every day I left here, I looked back thinking it might be the last day. I looked at the trails, you know, old Posh. I was at work, got the call, it was being plowed. Wasn't ready for it, didn't know it was coming. So that's always in your mind, you know, so I always look back. Well, we got found out. Thanks to Mike Genacor, he did a ton of research for us, and Jay Flash had already gone through this with Caddy, so he had a game plan for us. And we got the trails insured and zoned in through the town. And so we're legal down here. We throw 3 jams a year to raise money. We sell t-shirts, we have dinners, car washes. Most of the Caddy guys do all that stuff. And we have a couple sponsors, man. S&M and Fit have been sponsoring these trails. Even before we were legitimate, they were helping us out. They've given us thousands. I can't stress to the BMX community, support companies that support the style of your riding, because it does matter, especially with trails. The climate's changing with the older people in the town government. Their kids are skateboarding and bike riding, and they're realizing that, you know, these places are important. And through that, our town was real cool and really wanted to work with us, and so was the landowner. And because of all that, the pieces fell together, and Posh is legal, and it's here to stay. I always say Caddy trails, they're the Lamborghini, they're the cutting edge trails, you know, and Posh is a 57 Chevy, just, you know, kind of old school, but just doesn't lose its coolness, you know. And we work together. It's one nonprofit organization, it's one bank account. Any money we make or they make goes to the benefit of both sets of trails. And we wouldn't have it any other way, because we're all friends and we're not in competition. I love Caddy as much as I love Posh. You know, Posh is my home, but man, I love riding their jumps. There's some days I'd rather ride there. It's just good to have those guys because they're dedicated like we are. And this year we needed them. We didn't have enough guys. We had their crew coming down doing our work, doing drainage for us, fixing our jumps. And I want to thank them right now, because we couldn't have got through without them. And that's the camaraderie that we have. To be friends and one crew, essentially, with 2 different sets of trails, that's important to the scene here to keep it going. And oh man, I got a lot of respect for the Caddy guys. For me, it was trails because that's what I was born into. I was born into racing, and I love jumping. And I was heavy into trails by the time freestyle was even invented. And I was into that from the beginning. I still love that part of riding. But for me, it's the dirt, it's the air time. And that's why I love trails. It's like our psychiatrist down here, you know, you come in and just a couple laps, and next second, you're happy, you know, and that's what trails have always done for me. You know, I could, at this age, I could do away with all the work, but man, the work's worth it for the fun that you get in the end. And for me, it's just always been about air time and jumping my bike on dirt. And it's as simple as that.